In the last episode we were in the old town of Fez. What a flood of impressions. But now we want to go into nature. In this episode we discover Morocco's nature in all its glory. We drive over the Middle Atlas Mountains and to an impressive waterfall. And we also report how we mastered the route 100% electric from Azrou to Marrakesh. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Our journey is far from over. There is so much more to discover.
In this episode we drive over the Middle Atlas Mountains, where we charge again at the campsite, before we continue over the mountains to Marrakesh.
Right now we've been in the city and really they call this city like Switzerland from Morocco. Of course it's not the same, but the houses are really different. Look on this side, look on this side. This is really typically, I would say, European house style, and I mean it's very interesting to find on a place somewhere in Morocco a city like this.
Ifrane is a popular winter resort in Morocco. There is also snow here in winter. Nature has changed completely since Fez. It's greener and also significantly cooler. We noticed that we are in the mountains.
A road trip to Morocco with our Tesla is still a lot of fun for us. We are very happy that we can charge our Tesla at this campsite without any problems.
We enjoy our time together as a family to the fullest. We made a conscious decision to travel in a minimalistic way. We realize more and more that we don't need much. Our Tesla bed is big enough for the three of us and super comfortable. And the front trunk has room for all we need to prepare a simple breakfast, lunch or dinner. It feels good to concentrate on the essentials and to be super flexible.
We heard that just a few kilometers away you can see Berber monkeys in the forest. And indeed, we discovered the monkeys already at the roadside. It makes sense to keep some distance.
Wow!
They've lost their fear of humans because they've been fed peanuts of tourists.
We continue to the nearby town of Azrou. We fill up our supplies before we want to set off on our big tour over the Middle Atlas Mountains to Marrakesh.
So we are now in Azrou and heading to Marrakesh. The way is around 400 kilometers and we are fully charged. We have 500 kilometer range now, but you have to know we are in North Africa, in Morocco, and this is a completely different story than in Europe. There is non-charging option on the way, so that's why we have to drive very, very economically.
We have to admit we are a bit nervous and we're worried about whether we will have enough batteries to get to Marrakesh. And hopefully we can charge there again without any problems. But that doesn't stop us from making stops again and again and enjoying the landscape.
It's really interesting to drive to Morocco. Everything is different and yeah, it's amazing, just amazing.
We see many different landscapes, dry, barren, sometimes desert-like, but still beautiful and above all, extremely impressive. The people in the villages sometimes live very originally. We see many shepherds and donkeys, transporting things or people riding on them. But of course, not everything is beautiful. Morocco is struggling with a major waste problem. We are far away from the classic tourist spots, and these villages rarely have foreign visitors. But that makes everything all the more exciting for us.
The earth is red in this area. It looks amazing. What to say, crazy things here.
A road trip to Morocco is incredibly exciting. Just by driving through the small towns, you get a wonderful insight into the everyday life. There are many small shops and the butcher presents his goods right in front of his shop. Basically, everything is very lively. Mostly only men sit in the cafe, the women shop, children play football in the side streets. Life takes place outside and there is always time for a chat. Overloaded cows, donkeys, horses and sheep on the road and on the side of the road.
I told you, it's very interesting here. Just a little coffee break. By the way, the coffee is very good here. We had so many impressions today, we need a little break.
We want to continue. We are slowly making our way up the mountains, but it took us a lot more time than we had planned for the route. We decided to look for a place to stay overnight. We want to make the drive to the Middle Atlas Mountains in daylight. On the one hand, because of safety, the roads have no crash barriers. And on the other hand, of course, we want to see the beautiful landscape.
I'm so impressed about this nature. It's so beautiful. For all those who are afraid to travel long distances with an electric car, we are here in Morocco, in North Africa, and we drove all the way from Zurich, Switzerland, so it's really possible.
We have found our place to stay.
It's already dark, we are having our dinner now, and we are really looking forward to see this place, this beautiful place, tomorrow in the morning. What a beautiful day! The landscape and the old buildings look so incredibly beautiful. That's why we love to travel, to explore this kind of places.
We accidentally found this beautiful place with abandoned buildings and old forts. But now it's going up into the mountains.
The winding route to the mountains is great fun to drive, and early in the morning we are almost alone on the road. Of course, besides the sheep, goats and donkeys.
Morocco is so colorful.
We keep stopping at the viewpoints and marveling at the landscape. The Bern landscape has an incredible charm for us.
One thing is for sure, Morocco is very interesting. You see every day a lot of new things. The old cities, the people, the food, the landscape, the nature, everything is different and we are really inspired. We are so happy to make this trip. And of course, the weather is perfect.
How nice it would be if we could take drone shots of this magnificent nature.
Unfortunately, we could not take our drone to Morocco with us. The import of drones and, of course, flying is currently forbidden in Morocco.
We've heard that the waterfalls of Azrou are beautiful. Since they are on the way for us, of course we drive there. Very spectacular to see such large waterfalls in this dry landscape. There are Berber monkeys here too, but also here they are fed for the tourists and are not shy. For days we are back in the tourist area for the first time, and that here in the remote Atlas Mountains. From Marrakesh, tour buses drive here and you are not lonely here at all. But still, everything is very relaxed. The area is also very beautiful. If you like, you can walk down. There are restaurants, boat tours and bathing spots below. In our next episode, we drive the last kilometers to the famous city of Marrakesh, a city like in 1001 Nights. We drive our Tesla over the Atlas Mountains, over a rustic mountain pass at over 2100 meters altitude. Be sure to take a look and find out whether the range of our Tesla is sufficient and whether the supercharger in Marrakesh will actually work.